Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Friday, June 30th, if you're watching in real time. Oh my gosh, hard to believe we're already at the end of June. And so that concludes our theme of inclusive decks, although most of my decks do tend to be slightly inclusive, and my readings are always LGBTQ friendly, and I like to represent a variety of people and cultures and backgrounds all the time. So I hope you enjoy that theme, and to end the month, we're going to go back to the Rainbow Heart Tarot because of the rainbow. And stay tuned for a romantic theme coming up. I have a family reunion coming up, and it's 4th of July. I'm not sure how consistent my daily dust will be, but I will do my best to put them out daily as I usually do. Sometimes they might be grouped up. Sometimes it may come out in the morning and one in the evening. But I still intend to try to do daily dust. But if you don't see me around, it's because I have family things to do. And so, but we'll be full swing after 4th of July. Also, I plan to put out a July reading, a pick a card reading. So check that to get your July information too in the meantime. All right, let's see now for June 30th. This is, of course, if you're watching in real time. I mean, some of you may be just stumbling upon it for whatever reason. Sometimes it's for this reason. Look at this beautiful gilded rainbow edge. It's like gold rainbow. Isn't that pretty? And maybe it's for this reading, this beautiful artwork. Maybe it's the rainbow, maybe it's the inclusivity of it all. And maybe you just hear, you just saw it and you're like, okay, I'll watch this. So welcome from the future, welcome from the present. I don't think I can welcome you from the past. Let's see. Also, some exciting things coming up for me. My channel anniversary is in August, so July will be a nice fun build-up of fun activities and giveaways and things like that in honor of my channel anniversary. Let's pick 3 cards. We have the Queen of Cups. Also, please subscribe if you're new to the channel, because especially I'm trying to get to 40K for my birthday. Would be wonderful. Temperance. These are really nice. And Death. Okay. Sometimes people get scared when they see Death, and I've kind of gotten used to not being scared because Death represents Scorpio as well. Let me zoom on in just a little bit more. I've always been kind of a fairy girl, very girly girl, liked all the girly things, quote unquote girly things that, girls like, pink colors and sparkles and all of that. And I'll never forget the first time I found out what my sign was and what the symbol of it was. So I'm Scorpio. I'm like, oh, okay, what's Scorpio? And then my mom hands me and my brother washcloths in Germany with our zodiac sign on it, and mine had this monster on it. I'm like, no! I started crying. I think I literally started crying. I cried a lot for lots of things. Very emotional girl. And my brother, Gemini, had these two little cute people on his. I'm like, what? That's not fair. And I actually think my brother was slightly jealous. He wanted the really rough and tumble and rugged looking scorpion. But anyway, I was like, okay, we can trade, brother, if you want to. But that's how it is now with Death card with me. It's like, I'm not afraid anymore of the Death card, and I don't cringe when I see the sign of Scorpio and the scorpion. I actually kind of get excited. I feel like this is emboldening, this is powerful. This is tough and strong. Oh, it's funny, we're starting out with the Queen of Cups. So fellow Scorpios out there, hello. And maybe some Sagittarians out there too with temperance here. You could be a Scorpio with a Sagittarius rising, or you could be on the cusp or something like that. It's kind of interesting, and I've noticed that I like the Sagittarian. I like Sagittarius people in general. To be honest, I really do a lot, and and there's times where I feel like if I just had more of a Sagittarius attitude, I could get through this a little bit easier, because Scorpios are not fire signs; they are water signs. But Scorpio is a different kind of water than Cancer and Pisces. It's kind of they're kind of they're because of the Mars energy that they've always had before Pluto was associated with Scorpio, and now Pluto's kind of iffy, right? That it feels like there's this, it's supposed to be a kind of a fire water energy. I see it sometimes like a lava energy. And so sometimes I feel like Scorpios may relate a little bit to the Sagittarius point of view, because of Sagittarians and Scorpios are both real honest, but Sagittarius is more of a, oops, I stuck my foot in my mouth and said something like, and I didn't think before I said it. And Scorpio is very calculated, like, I know I probably shouldn't say this out loud, so I'm going to keep it to myself until, maybe a better moment, or I'll wrap it around, softer cushions so it doesn't land too hard, because, it's all these calculations anyway. That's kind of what I do. Especially if you're Scorpio, and Mercury in Scorpio, I think that happens. I don't know why I'm going randomly on astrology today, but I just feel like that's what the death card is talking about today. It's about it's about the Scorpio. But it's also about transformation. So we have emotions, clarity, intuitiveness, creativity with the Queen of Cups. With Temperance, we have the balance of elements, blending elements, creating something, but making one whole by blending two. And so you have the rainbow running through here. And then Death is transformation. I saw in the news about this really cute book that kind of talks about a situation that a lot of the community goes through. And I just feel like the whole issue of transformation is very personal, right? It's person to person. Like, if you choose to become a bodybuilder and go to the gym and work out and gain tons of muscle and change your body like that, that's your choice. It's your choice. Maybe other people will criticize you, like, wow, you're too pumped, or you're too big, or that looks unnatural, or I can see your veins, or whatever, But it's something that you like, because you're appealing to your, aesthetics, or the things that feel good to you, and you're attracting like-minded people because those are the people you want to be around. And so the people who don't like it can just, say, can just turn around. But, I don't understand the need for people's judgment on something that has nothing to do with them. It's just, this person decided to be a bodybuilder. So just leave them alone, like, this is what makes them happy. It's like if somebody decided to tattoo their body from neck to toes. Some people do their whole body, and yeah, I mean, it depends on your taste. You can look at somebody like, whoa, that's crazy looking, but other people look at it and say, that's beautiful. It's like art, it's all in the eye of the beholder, and it's all in taste and aesthetics. And sure, you can have your opinion about it. Nobody should, nobody should feel like they have to be quiet about their opinion. But I don't feel that I don't feel that your opinion should become some kind of rule of law. You know, like one person decides, oh, I don't think that looks right, so we're going to make it a rule that nobody's allowed to do that. To me, that's completely unfair. Like everybody should have the right to express their individuality, their hair color, tattoos, bodybuilding, fat, skinny, tall, short, plastic surgery, boob jobs, no boob jobs, big butts, and the big buzzword, gender transformations or whatever. I personally, have my own views on it. To me, I feel like, everybody's created a certain way and we should find our self-love. But I'm not going to force that on you if you truly have something that it's something that means something to you, and it, what, like it's like religion. It's like forcing your religious beliefs upon somebody else. That's not fair either. It's like we all have the right to have our own ideas and opinions on things. And we all have the right to pursue our happiness in the way we see fit, the way it feels right for us. And other people shouldn't be infringing on it. I just don't think in any way. There's some basic guidelines for health and for, rules of community. I mean, it would be nice if we could make rules to not bully each other, but we have the right to bully each other too, which is unfortunate, but it happens, I mean, I don't think that right should be infringed on either. I feel like, though, it would be nice if we all had a little bit more tolerance and acceptance and love in this world with each other, and just let each other go, let ourselves live to our fullest potential, and to let everybody make mistakes if they make a mistake, so be it. They make a mistake. If they change their mind, they change their mind. What does it matter to you as an individual? You're making decisions for yourself and you're doing things for yourself, and I'm not judging you on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that for me. I've kind of I've ignored it a lot in my life, but recently, and TikTok kind of helped bring it out, but recently watching full-figured belly dancers. Initially I was like, oh, well, I had this recording in my head from a little kid that said, sexy is not fat, or fat is not sexy, or you're not allowed to do that if you're not skinny, or you're not allowed to wear a bikini if you're not skinny. Like, these programs play in your head from when you're, growing up. And as a full-figured person now, I realize that these are just by other people's biased. They're other people's tastes and aesthetic things that aesthetically please them, that they're trying to make as some kind of societal rule or law, which is not fair. This is personal taste. This is not it doesn't have to be a societal norm. And that's what's kind of gets me about judgment, people judging others. I mean, it's hard to go to people's, go to your family and to a party or something, and they look you up and down and start to determine where you've been, what you've done, if you're overeating, undereating, you shaved today, you cut your hair, whatever. It's like all this assessment goes on when you're with family or whatever, if they haven't seen you in a while, and they're doing all this physical assessment. And it's like, why? What's the point? Isn't the real point is how you been? Is your happiness there? You're feeling good about life? We should care about each other's happiness and not about how aesthetically pleasing they are to our eyes. That's what makes me, it's like, okay, it's not, everybody's going to be aesthetically pleasing to your eyes, but you got to let people live their life in the way that makes them happy. So that's one thing. And certainly there's a big spectrum of things. There's a lot of things that you can argue about. And of course, we have the right to disagree and argue about these things. There's, the big one, the right for women to choose. To me, I believe in choosing, but I don't like abortion. I feel like abortion is a scary, sad thing, but there are certain circumstances where now that it's come to light, like all these people who have been sick and had very difficult situations and life and death situations, and some actual deaths, some, like a woman has died, because of this law that other people enforced upon women because of some moral or ethical thing based on religion, to be honest. And not everybody shares the same religion, and not everybody shares the same belief of when life begins. And so why does one particular view of when life begins outweigh other people's particular views? Why is, say, a scientific analysis of when life begins less important than a religious point of view? And so all of these things come into play when people are debating these things, I know. But I feel like bottom line, it's are the injustices in the world. And this is like one of my big things, and I'm sorry I keep talking about this, but I feel like this, ending Pride Month and this has been kind of like stuff that goes through my mind a lot, because I really am about justice, and I'm really about freedom for people and fairness, and us having our own rights to do what we want with ourselves, with our lives, like to choose the jobs we want, and to choose our hair color, and to choose what shoes we wear, what clothes we wear, and all of these things. These are our choices. We should be able to continue to keep the choices for ourselves on a daily basis. You can have opinions, but your opinion shouldn't turn into a law against somebody else's choice. And that's what I'm seeing. And I feel that's it's happening in a lot of areas, right? And I'm not going to say one way or another, because I don't believe in that mixing that within the reading, but in bigger perspective, bigger view, that I see these things. So anyway, the point of this reading is that there's a blended thing. There's like harmony and balance within the rainbow. Within the rainbow, we can experience a multitude, a variety of things. Variety is the spice of life. There's a lot to enjoy about life, instead of having fear of things and running afraid of it. Embrace change, embrace a new beginning, embrace transformation. Transformation is a good thing, and some people maybe just feel like transformation is an evil thing, but it's not. Transformation without change is inevitable. Change always happens, whether you want it to or not. And this is saying, when one door closes, another one opens. So the things that no longer work for you just fall away. And so it's important to release them. Release and evolve and move with the times, right? The things that were once seemed true or good, or something to sit with, or something to believe in, don't always last the test of time. Some things must change. All things must change. George Harrison, right? And so the Death card is about releasing attachments, renewal, and rebirth. And I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.